Hi there, this is garyryanblair, and I've got a great message for you today titled, Live Before You Die. Vivre Avant de Mourir is a beautiful French expression for live before you die. It's a powerful reminder that life is a high-stakes game of one and done, and it's your responsibility to take control of your life, to be your own hero, and to make your own dreams come true. That is, before time runs out. Now, after the year we've just had, it's time for each one of us to challenge ourselves, to stage a comeback, and to make up for some stolen or lost time. So you might ask, why is that? Because for all the things you want to enjoy and experience in life, I promise you this, time is running out. The truth is, you never know when the last grain of sand will fall through the middle of your own life's hourglass. And for that reason alone, we need to reset our goals, we need to elevate our expectations, and we need to start living our lives in the absolute best way possible. See, unlike wine that gets better with age, most goals die on the vine and never, ever see the light of day. If you think about it, the graveyard is the richest place on earth. Now, why is that, you might ask? Well, that's where you'll find all the books that were never written. That's where you'll find the songs that were never sung. That's the place where you'll find the languages that were never learned, the inventions that were never shared, the commitments that were never honored, the countries that were never visited. See, in the graveyard are the promises that were never kept, the world records that were never broken, the financial security that was never achieved, the businesses that were never launched. Also in that cemetery, you'll find the advanced degrees that were never earned, the sexy body and six-pack abs that were never enjoyed. You'll find the relationships that were never repaired and the great potential that was never realized. So how is that even remotely possible? Well, fear. It's a simple four-letter word, that's why. So what is it that compels people to be fearful, to live an entire lifetime with very little to show for it, and eventually go to their grave with their music still inside of them? Well, for the majority of us, it is the desire for safety, for refuge, for security. In short, it is the inclination to play it safe and to remain in the comfort zone. But the life you want, the truly magical life that you want to experience, will only happen once you face your fears and actively work to get outside your comfort zone. It's always been this way. It will always be this way. See, fear is unworthy of your companionship. It's a domestic terrorist. It's an unwanted visitor who's overstayed his welcome. And your ultimate goal is to face fear, to conquer it, and to use it as the trigger for unleashing your greatness. And should you choose not to, I promise you this, fear will remain the trigger for living a small, compromised life. So the person who does not wish to belong to the masses, the one who dares to show the world what she is capable of creating, must cease being controlled and manipulated by fear. See, fear is never a reason for quitting or for second-guessing yourself. It's only a cowardly excuse for those unwilling to face their doubts, their insecurities, and their mental boogeyman. Therefore, your first duty in rising to meet a challenge is to conquer fear and the emotional resistance that it brings along with it. You must choose to get rid of it, or as the title of this message implies, your hopes, your dreams, goals, and good intentions will become just another casualty that end up in the graveyard. So what are the consequences of keeping your dreams on hold? What's the impact of your life and legacy when you run from, rather than towards a challenge? Well, let's take a close look at a few of the many consequences associated with quitting, with being underemployed, with remaining fearful, and not rising to meet the demands of a challenge. The first is a diminished sense of self-worth and personal value. See, eventually you'll come to think of yourself as the kind of person who is undeserving of success. And when you begin to lose faith in yourself, it leads to a downward spiral of psychological devastation that is extremely difficult to overcome. The second is the perpetuation of pain. See, avoiding a challenge and running from your fears only achieves self-sabotage and the perpetuation of pain, which in turn leads to a cycle of failure and ongoing disappointment. Failure's high price is commonly imposed through bankruptcy, through unemployment, depression, poor grades, stress, and other forms of physical and psychological pain. The third is character assassination. By allowing fear to control your life, you in fact will serve as a disturbing example of wasted talent, of someone who chose fear over courage. Your life will be viewed as a sad consequence of neglect, of excuse-making, self-pity, poor character, lack of direction, and a courage deficit. Number 4 is the development of a quitter reputation. See, quitting is a habit, and it also is the path of least resistance. And facing your fears requires that you increase your level of resistance and tolerance to pain, to inconvenience, and to sacrifice. Because once you develop a quitter reputation, your options will become limited, your reputation becomes questionable, and your future is going to be in serious jeopardy. Number 5 is you become a traitor. See, by refusing to face your fears, you by default choose to betray, openly resist, and rebel against opportunity and the chance for a better life. In fact, you become your own worst enemy. You become a real-life Benedict Arnold, your very own Judas Iscariot, as the greatest form of betrayal is betrayal of oneself. See, fear of any type is a temperamental beast. It's built for a fight, and it works to mentally wear you down and will not be vanquished quickly nor easily. That's why, if you're ever going to find your greatness in this lifetime, you need to do 4 things. Number 1, you must choose to face your fears, whatever they may be. Number 2, you must develop the personal constitution to conquer that which is determined to conquer you. Number 3, you must deliberately enforce your will over any obstacle and advance towards your goals with an indomitable, unbeatable spirit. And perhaps most importantly, you must become your own hero. See, to be your own hero means choosing yourself. It means getting emotionally committed to a cause, to a problem or project, which in turn enables you to go to places that others are afraid to go, to try things others are afraid to try, and to be the kind of courageous person that others are afraid to be. The world needs people who care about the work they do, about the people they serve, the results they produce, and the impact that they are making. The world needs strong, courageous, independent thinking people who want to use their creative ideas and their unique talents to make a lasting difference. The world needs leaders who can lead, leaders who set inspiring examples, leaders who demonstrate trust, and leaders who make things happen. See, the world needs people with guts, people with passion, and people who are willing to be shunned and rejected in the pursuit of their goals and dreams. And most importantly, the world needs you. It needs all of you. It needs the brave you, it needs the risk-taking you, the big thinking, and it needs the highly capable of you. See, I see something good in you and I'm calling it out right now, and I hope it's okay to do that. See, the world wants what you have to offer. Because of that, the world needs you to make a very important decision. It needs you to raise your hand, it needs you to step up, and it needs you to choose to be your own hero. And only you can do it, and you must do it. And I'm hoping you choose to stand up, to put your unique talents to work, to create art that matters, and to choose to make a difference in the best possible future is one where you fully contribute your true self, your best self. See, my goal in writing this message is to persuade you that there's an awesome, life-changing opportunity waiting for you to pounce on. A chance to significantly change your life, to make up for lost time, and to put a massive dent in the universe. And it's not by doing things that are soft and easy, but it is by doing things that are hard, demanding, and highly rewarding. And it starts by making a simple choice. Vivre avant de mourir. Live before you die.